few months ago I picked up this old David Brown spray tractor. The road up to my forest was blocked then because of roadworks from the storm we had last year. So I've had it in town for a few months, but the road is open now, so I've brought it up to the forest. It was advertised as a non-runner, so I put a low bid on and ended up getting it for quite a good price. I figured even if it's got major problems I can just use it for parts, but it actually didn't take much to get it running. Just a rusty connection on one of the terminals and a few other little things, and the motor actually sounds in excellent condition, and all the running gear is good and the brakes and everything work as they should. It doesn't actually have the rear lift arms on the back of it because it was used as a spray tractor on an orchard, so it's not really that useful, but it is actually the most powerful tractor I've got here, so I think it'll be quite good for towing things. If I get a logging arch or something to tow logs out, I think this will be the ideal machine for that. After I posted the first video, the fellow that actually converted the machine to a spray tractor, he got hold of me and told me a bit about the history of it. Apparently they converted it back in 1973, I think it was, to work on an orchard. They had a big fan fitted on the back of it, and they got quite a bit of use out of it, but he sold it years ago and it ended up on the cherry orchard where I got it from. But yeah, I thought that was quite interesting, seeing all about the history of it. It was actually ahead of its time in a lot of ways. When I put it on the trailer to bring it up here, I don't like having the cab down because it's quite claustrophobic, and I'm a little bit big for it, so I had the cab forward, and as I was backing it up the trailer, this nose part here hit the ground and the whole cab came flicking back at me. Luckily I stopped it with my head before it damaged the tractor, but I was quite lucky actually. I was only going very slowly. It could have been quite nasty. So yeah, we'll get it off the trailer. I'll try not to smack my head on the cab again when I get it off. On the first video I did a bit of maintenance on it. The radiators were empty. It's got two radiators, so I put some more in it. It's been a couple of months and it's still holding fluid, so whatever it was, it wasn't too serious. I think there was a little bit of a slow leak back here. It seems to have sealed itself up. I guess probably just because it was sitting around for so many years, it gradually leaked out. That's holding fluid now, so I'm not too worried about that. I changed the engine oil last time, so that's got new oil in it. I'll do these fuel filters. They look like they haven't been changed for a while, so I'll put new filters in there. Give the whole thing a good water blast and clean it up. I haven't changed the transmission oil yet. I'll dump that out and put some fresh oil in there, because it is a little bit milky, so we'll get that changed. And there's a filter underneath on these at the bottom there. We'll take that out and give it a bit of a clean, and yeah, just give it a bit more maintenance. First of all, I'll drain all the oil out of the transmission, because that's been sitting there for who knows how long, probably decades. So trying to get into there. It's quite low because the vinyl drives have been spun round to lower the machine, so it's going to be fun getting in there. Oh, there's water in there, man. A lot of water in there. We got just about 40 litres out of there. This here is full of used oil, and these 3 containers, so That's a hell of a lot of oil in there. I suppose it was slightly overfilled with the rainwater in there as well, but yeah, I think I'm going to be spending more on oil than I actually spent on the tractor. So I keep all the used oils, and one of these days I'm going to invest in a oil centrifuge so I can clean up and reuse all this old oil. I think it's just like an O-ring that's keeping it on. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, there's an O-ring down there. Every one of these I pull out is like clogged up like this. When I clean it and replace the filter, the hydraulics just work so much better. So yeah, a lot of people don't even bother with it, but you get out, don't drink that. Yuck. Yeah, so quite often neglected, this hydraulic filter, but very important to do these, because yeah, your hydraulics don't work very well if the oil can't get through. Get another one of those, Toby?
Yeah.
Another filter for the hydraulics? Yeah, because that's not supposed to look like that, is it?
Yeah.
Yuck. Yuck. I have seen a lot worse than this one. Sometimes the paper filter is blown out. It's so blocked up and there's it can't handle the pressure. This one's not as bad as some that I've seen. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Okay, so that's first. Then the magnet. That's going to be fun to get back in, isn't it? And then that goes, that's the magnet there. Yep, magnet. Not the most user-friendly filter design. It's quite hard to get that those springs back in there. And then when you try and tighten it up, it just spins on that bolt, so you've got to kind of hold it with something. And there's only like a millimetre to hold on to. You don't really want those pieces sort of floating around in your hydraulic system. Alright, that's all ready to go back on. Right, the parts have arrived. Let's have a look, see if they're the right size. That will be the one. Right, mate? Are you helping? That looks like the one we need. I actually got the full filter kit for it, so I've got a new air filter there as well. Which I think Looks like the right one. Yep, that will do it. And also fuel filters. You're not going to bite that. That wouldn't be good. That would be counterproductive, buddy. Better keep them out of her way, otherwise she'll chew right through them. Yeah, see, it's looking pretty rusty and old. And that is the right one. Nice. So that's the first stage. Takes out the dust, and then anything that gets through that goes through the oil bath. So yeah, it's quite a good filtration system on this one. That pipe there is getting old, but it's okay for now. There's no cracks in it yet. So that's the air filter sorted. Now onto the oil filter. Yeah, always like to have a quick feel around for any swarf and filters. There's a little speck there. Actually, I'll give that a blowout with the air compressor. Bit of oil on those O-rings. That goes on there. So oil comes through the outside, through the middle. When this blocks up, the bypass filter opens, and you can tell that it had been bypassing because that was, pretty covered in crap. So who knows how long it had been not filtering properly, but hopefully that'll make the hydraulics a bit better, because the power steering is lacking a bit of power, so hopefully this helps. That gasket isn't looking too flash. It's kind of broken away there. That won't be sealing too well, and like it's brittle, so I'll just make another one just to be safe. Bit of grease on there so I can mark out where I need to cut. Just press that down, and I should be able to see the imprint of where I need to cut. Yep, that should be good enough. I'll keep that piece in case I need it later on for a smaller part. That'll do me. Just with grease on both sides, clamped together nice and tight. And then it'll just be easier to get off next time. Just using a multi-purpose tractor oil, decanted into a smaller container. Just makes it easier to get in there. I'll probably need about 25 to 30 litres, I think. Can hardly see the oil, it's so clean, but that's just about up to the full mark, so that'll do me. well, the hydraulics are working a lot better now. Before I changed the oil and filter, it was quite hard to turn the wheels at low revs, but now it's quite easy. I can do it with one finger, so it just shows how restricted the oil flow was with all that crap in the filter. I haven't changed these diesel filters yet, so I'll whip those off and change them. So they look like they've been there for a few years. Just undo these top bolts, and that goes through to the base plate there. Just pull them off. It's been there for a few years, I'd say. There's a bit of rubbish in there, but it's not too bad. Okay, that's pretty good. So we need to fill up these filters. I'll just undo that middle plug and pump it through from the other side.
So this is a diesel truck.
That's right, buddy. That's the injector pump.
Yeah.
No spark plugs on this one.
Yeah. We spark on this one.
I like diesels better, don't you?
Yeah. So this is a diesel.
Diesel tractor, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, now I'll pump from the other side. If you can tell me when the bubbles start coming out of there, okay?
It's bubbling.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it dripping?
Yeah.
Cool. You tell me when it stops bubbling.
Yeah, oh, it's getting worse.
Huh.
The bubbles have stopped,
Have they?
but the water's coming out.
Oh, that's diesel.
The diesel's coming
Pretty good then.
Yep.
Alright, well, cool. And now we do this other one. That one there.
Needs to get bubbles out.
That's right. Same again.
Yeah.
You wait there.
No bubbles in this tractor.
No, we don't want bubbles in the diesel, do we?
Good old tractor.
Bubble?
Oh, it's blurring out.
Is it? It's not getting you, is it?
No, it's not having any bubbles.
No bubbles?
No.
Okay. Well, it's all done then.
Yeah.
At least it didn't get you.
Yeah. If it got me, then I'll be covered with oil.
Oh, I know. Mum wouldn't be too happy, would she?
Yeah.
Good on you, mate. Thank you. Can you tell me if you see anything leaking? Any bubbles or diesel coming out? Is any bubbles coming out?
No.
Nothing coming out?
Nothing.
Awesome. That's what we want. All nice and sealed. Thank you. Right, my apprentice tells me everything is sealed up there, so I believe him. So that's all ready to go now. Sitting here, I've just noticed these tyres are quite badly cracked there. What do you reckon, Toby? Should we check the tyre pressure?
Yeah.
It might be too high, eh?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't look right.
Yeah. But it has a lot of grip.
Yeah, it does, but they're cracking, and that makes me think possibly overinflated. Yeah, I think there should be around 20 psi, but I could be wrong with this type of tyre. Like, I can't see any numbers on it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Never exceed 35 psi when seating the beads. So let's check that pressure. It's quite dangerous if you overinflate a tyre, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can pop off and get you.
It can pop off and split you.
See. Oh, that's way too high. Yeah, that's like 55 psi. Look at that. Let's let some air out of there, mate.
Yeah.
Pretty loud. Okay, that's about 20, 24. 24. You think that's alright?
Yeah.
I reckon that's a bit better, eh?
Check the other little kind.
We will. We check them all, man. Check them all.
This one has a lot of cracks in it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Alright, bud.
Go look.
Yeah, we'll check that. Good thinking, man.
Look.
Yeah, oh it does. It might just be old, this one. Well, that's about 28, so that's not too bad for a front. So 28 psi. But those back ones, they had way too much air, didn't they? Let's check that other side, eh, while we're here.
This other little one is a bit flat.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're right, it is too, mate. We might have to check that too. Yeah, see?
That one's way too full.
And you can see the cracking around there.
Yeah, it's way too full.
I think you might be right, mate. What were they thinking?
Yeah.
They just didn't know, eh? Yeah,
They didn't have temperature, like...
Gauges? Well,
yeah,
they
they
just don't
didn't
know.
have gauges.
Let's look at that. That's about 48, so... Yep, too high. Let's let a bit out of there too, mate.
Yeah.
Not as bad. The other one was almost 60, but that's still way too high. Yep. Around about 24, so they're both the rears are 24 now. I think that'll be okay. Yeah, always pays to check your tyre pressure.
22.
About 22. So yeah, it could do with another 6 pounds or something, eh? Let it go. One more squeeze and let it go. Yep, perfect, mate. Well done. That's 28. I think that'll do us, eh? For a front. Feel a bit better?
Yep.
I mean, it does have cracking, but I think that's just from old age on this one, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't worry too much about that. But at least we got those rears around about the right level. So that's pretty much a full service. Done all the oils and filters. I did the engine oil and filter last time. Air filter, fuel filters, hydraulic filter, and all the oils are done. So yeah, everything's looking pretty good and it's running nice. But I haven't actually taken it for a long drive because it's been stuck in town for a while. So yeah, we'll take it for a wee spin and go down the driveway and back and see if any other problems show up. That ran faultlessly. What a machine, eh?